Have you read any good books lately? Do you have one or more that you have picked out that you would like to read this summer? Maybe for you that's a work of fiction of some kind, maybe a whodunit mystery, a courtroom drama, a suspense thriller, sappy romance, maybe a futuristic sci-fi. Maybe your cup of tea is more of the non-fiction variety, maybe a biography, an autobiography about a sports legend or a political leader, maybe a national hero, maybe some Hollywood celebrity. Maybe the book you want to pick up, nonfiction, is about an event in history or an era in the history of the world, maybe something that shaped and fashioned the world in which we live in today. Maybe that's a war or a fall of a dynasty or a natural disaster. Maybe that's an advancement or an invention in the world of medicine or technology or even in manufacturing. Maybe the book you want to pick up, maybe the book you're working through right now is more of a self-help book to help you around or over or through some sort of problem, hurdle you're facing in your life today. Maybe it's more of a do-it-yourself manual for a project or two around the house that you want to tackle this summer. You got to figure out how to do it. You're not much for YouTube. Maybe the book you pick up this summer, the book you're looking forward to reading through is just a cookbook, and you're looking for a few new recipes to try in the next few weeks. Have you read any good books lately? Do you have one or more picked out that you'd like to read this summer? Books are great. Reading is fun. It's an enjoyable experience, especially when you can find a real page turner, one that you just can't put down. I found one, a book, a good one. Good book, one that we can all read together. At least that's my prayer, our prayer. It's the book of Romans. Call it a summer book club, if you will. Call it a summer reading program, if you prefer. But that's our plan each week as we gather in worship to look at another section in the book of Romans together as we read it through and as we apply it to our lives and our lives of faith and even our eternity and our relationship with Jesus. 9 weeks, 9 titles, if you will, 9 sermons. Next week, Against All Hope. Together. The end of the month, love. Permit me just to read a few more of these titles. The Replacement. Connected. Inner Struggle. Liberated. Intercession. Chosen. Today's book, today's title, Redemption. Redemption with an exclamation point. Redemption is a book about a hostage situation. A single hostage, a single person, individual, held hostage, held captive, trapped, alone, nervous, afraid, desperate. But this hostage brought this situation, this predicament in which he finds himself. He brought it on himself. He wasn't kidnapped. He wasn't taken captive. And so there were no Amber Alerts. And there were no ransom notes, but that just added to his fears. Because not only did he realize and understand that he put himself in this predicament, he's responsible for this mess, this being held hostage and captive, he also realized that there was no way he could get himself out of this mess. In fact, no one could. Not his parents, not his grandparents, not the police or the National Guard, not a private detective or a personal bodyguard. Trapped, alone, nervous, afraid, concerned. He didn't have the knowledge, no insight, no cleverness to come up with a plan of escape. He didn't have the strength, the personal strength within him to break free from the shackles, the chains, the cuffs that held him captive, that held him hostage. There were no redeeming qualities about him, no personal clout, no individual influence, not a card he could play, some smooth talk and flattery that were going to get him out of this situation. There wasn't going to be any time off for good behavior, any kind of early release or early parole. And the ransom price, the payment that would set him free, forget about it, too steep, too expensive. He couldn't pay it. He didn't have it. Trapped, alone, nervous, afraid, desperate, realizing that he was the one that had put himself into this predicament. He was to blame, but there's also no way that he personally could get himself out of this jam, out of this mess. The hostage, if you haven't already guessed, is you. Hostage is me. It's I. We are held captive by our sin. We are held captive by our guilt. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Literally, we have missed the mark. We've missed the mark. We've fallen short when it comes to the requirements of the law, when it comes to the demands of the law. Falling short, missing the mark. Airball after airball, if you wish. Brick after brick, if you prefer. When it comes to basketball, right? When it comes to basketball, it doesn't matter if it's a three-pointer behind the arc, or a 15-foot jumper outside the lane, or a floater through the paint, or a breakaway layup, or even a double-handed reverse jam. It doesn't matter. If it doesn't go through the cylinder, if it doesn't go through the rim, if it falls short, or if it bricks off the backboard, it doesn't count for anything, right? We're not talking about basketball. We're not talking about missing a shot, an air ball, or a brick. We're not talking about losing a game. We're talking about the just requirements of God's holy law. We're talking about the demands to be perfect and to be holy. And we're talking about the consequences when we do fall short. The consequences when we do miss the mark. The wages of sin is death. The soul who sins is the one who will die. Maybe we're so bound up in our own captivity we don't even realize we're being held hostage by our sin. Take a look. Look at our thoughts. We're supposed to think the best, aren't we? We're supposed to put the best construction on everything, on everyone. But our thoughts hardly hold. Hardly perfect. We think the worst, don't we? We assume the worst about those around us, about what they do, even why they did it, about what they said or what they don't say. Words are supposed to be full of encouragement, aren't they? We're supposed to build each other up with our words. We're supposed to defend people and speak well of them. But our words, hardly holy, hardly perfect. Our words tear down. Our words destroy. Our words put people down. They disrespect them. They undermine them. They belittle them. They hurt. Gossip and slander and things going on. Our actions, our very lives are to be full of service and deeds and acts of love and kindness. But our lives, our actions, hardly holy, hardly perfect. With our lives, we tend to serve ourselves and our interests and our needs. So we fail to help, and we fail to answer, and we fail to respond, to answer the bell, the call for help. We fail to love our neighbor as ourselves. Trapped, alone, nervous, afraid, desperate, knowing we are the ones who put ourselves into this mess, this predicament, held hostage by our own sin and guilt, and yet there's no way that any of us could ever get ourselves out of this mess. No knowledge, no insight, no cleverness to come up with a plan of escape in us. No strength, no power within us to break free from the chains, the shackles, the cuffs that hold us captive. No redeeming qualities, no personal, no individual influence, no smooth talk or flattery. We're going to talk our way out of punishment that we deserve. Punishment of hell. Death is ours. And so, time off for good behavior, that's not going to happen because there wasn't any good behavior. There's going to be an early parole or a get out of jail. Our sentence was eternal, forever. And the ransom price, the payment to get us out of this mess, this jam, too steep. Too expensive. We couldn't pay it, we didn't have. Yes. Afraid, nervous, at home, trapped. But not everything. Someone could pay the ransom price. Someone who cared enough. Someone who was smart enough. Someone who was strong enough. Someone who was generous enough. Who could that be? I wonder. Our Heavenly Father. Our Heavenly Father took note of this hostage situation. He took note of chains and shackles that held us captive. Here's what I can do, he said. Here's what I can pay, he said. And then he presented his own Son as a sacrifice of atonement. Redemption. Not stocks and bonds. Not retirement accounts and pension funds. Not property managements and real estate investments. Not precious jewels and priceless stones. Not gold or silver. But his holy, precious blood and his innocent suffering and death. The ransom price that we freely paid to rescue us, to set us free, to purchase us, to redeem us. Fully, freely, redemption. From a God, a Father and His Son, who is wise, kind, caring, powerful, and generous. Did you see that? That what God demands of us, He also freely gives. The payment, the ransom price, the payment for sin. Without the shedding of blood, there can be no forgiveness, he said. So what did he do? He took on human flesh so that he could shed his priceless blood on the cross so that we could be free. What God demands, God freely gives. Holiness. Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect, he said. So what did God do? He was born of a woman, born under law, so that a righteousness from God could be made known. A righteousness apart from law, apart from us ever having to try to do something or do it well enough. Perfection, holiness. A righteousness from God that is through faith in Jesus Christ, that comes to all who believe in Him, to all who believe in His blood. Airball after airball. You and I, brick after brick. But Jesus, what did Jesus do? He put on human flesh, and He took the court, not just to play alongside us, not to help us along or just hit the game winner, but to play in our place, to take our place. And his shooting percentage from the floor, behind the arc, 15-foot jumpers, floaters in the lane, breakaway layups and dunks, his shooting percentage 100%. He didn't miss. In other words, his thoughts full of compassion. His words full of encouragement. His life, his actions, his deeds, full of service. Holy and perfect. But not just Jesus. And not just his life. And not just his being. And not just his thoughts, words, and actions. Holy and perfect. You. And me. Holy and perfect in Him. Our lives, holy and perfect in Him. Our very being, holy and perfect in Him. Our thoughts, words, and actions, holy and perfect in Him. A righteousness from God has been made known. A righteousness that is by faith in His blood. A righteousness that is apart from the law. No longer are we trapped, alone, nervous, afraid, desperate. Christ we are redeemed and restored and forgiven and holy and blameless. Redemption. It's not a work of fiction. It's not a self-help book. And it's certainly not a do-it-yourself manual. It's historical. It's factual. It's true. This book that we'll call Redemption. And I pray that for you, it's a real page turner. One that you won't ever put down. Amen. Now may the peace of God,